The laugh froze in my throat when his voice cut through the smoke and music. Too loud, too confident, too drunk to remember what silence costs. We were standing around the grill. Grease popping. Laughter circling like flies. My husband was refilling drinks. I was watching the flames curl around meat I didn't care about when his best friend leaned in, beer breath heavy, eyes glassy with nostalgia and poison. "Crazy night, huh?" he said, grinning at me. "I still can't believe our little secret started on your wedding day." The word secret landed first, then everything else shattered behind it. My body didn't react the way it was supposed to. No gasp, no scream, just a strange, hollow quiet, like someone had unplugged me from myself. "What secret?" I asked. He laughed again, loud, proud, the sound of a man who thought he'd already won. "You know," he said, "when I knocked you up, before the reception even ended." The grill hissed. Someone turned the music up. My husband didn't hear it. Not yet. I felt the world narrow to a single point behind my eyes. A pressure. A slow, surgical understanding. I didn't look at him. I didn't look at anyone. I just watched the flames until they blurred. And in that blur, something inside me recalculated. That was the moment my marriage died. It just hadn't fallen over yet. My husband vanished before the night ended. No goodbye, no accusation. Just absence. His phone went straight to voicemail. His side of the bed stayed untouched. By morning, his clothes were gone. Not packed. Removed. Like evidence. I replayed the BBQ in my head with clinical precision. The timing, the phrasing, the way his friend had spoken like ownership was already assumed. I told myself it was a joke, a cruel one, a misunderstanding. But denial doesn't survive details. The date lined up, the pregnancy, the way my husband had stared at our first ultrasound, not with joy, but calculation. I remembered the arguments that came from nowhere, the nights he'd study our children's faces too long, the questions he never asked out loud. A week passed, then two. No contact, no explanation. Then a month later, a moving truck pulled into the driveway. I watched from the window as my husband stepped out, thinner, colder, already somewhere else. Behind him, our children. Confused. Carrying backpacks like they were going on a trip they hadn't agreed to. He didn't come inside. He just gestured for the driver to unload everything. Furniture, boxes, toys. My life being returned like defective merchandise. His best friend stood on the sidewalk, pale now, sober. Smiling didn't come as easily anymore. My husband handed him an envelope. "DNA test," he said. His voice was flat. "Empty. Guys, he's in charge now." The children looked between them. I didn't move. "I'm washing my hands of this," my husband continued. "Bye." And then he walked away. No glance back. No rage. Just erasure. I had already known. That was the part none of them understood. While my husband disappeared, I stayed. I watched. I listened. I tested. I ordered my own DNA tests. Quietly. Legally. I pulled phone records, credit card statements, hotel receipts disguised as gas stations. I replayed conversations, stripped them down to intent. Every answer aligned. The child I carried had never been the question. The men were. I learned something important during those weeks of silence. People assume composure means ignorance. They assume calm means weakness. So I let them believe it. I smiled at the BBQ follow-ups. I reassured concerned friends. I tucked my children in every night and told them nothing had changed. Inside, I was building a map. Every lie, every assumption, every exit. When the official results arrived, I didn't open them right away. I already knew what they would say. Instead, I invited his friend over, told him we should talk about the kids, about responsibility. He arrived confident again, relieved, ready to step into the life he thought he'd claimed. I slid the envelope across the table. "Open it," I said. His hands shook, just slightly. "Enough to notice," he read. Once, twice. Then the color drained from his face. "Impossible," he whispered. I watched him break with the detached curiosity of someone observing a controlled experiment. "Interesting," I said. "That's the same word you used when you thought I wouldn't remember." He looked up, desperate now. "The kids," he said. "They're—" "Not yours," I finished. "None of them." Silence swallowed the room. I leaned back, finally letting the truth surface. "I never slept with you," I said. "Not that night. Not ever. You drugged me. You bragged about it later, remember? You thought it was funny." His mouth opened, closed. "I recorded everything," I continued. "Your messages, your voice notes, the jokes you made to your friends. The DNA test was never for me." I stood. "It was for the police. By the time the consequences arrived, I was already gone. New house, new routine, no forwarding address." My husband sent one message months later. "I'm sorry, I didn't know." I didn't reply. Regret doesn't restore trust. Apologies don't undo erasure. Sometimes vindication isn't loud. It's precise. I didn't need them to suffer loudly. I just needed the truth to stand where their lies once lived. And it does. Every day. Quiet. Unavoidable. Final.